So 2 weeks ago, we started talking about van life finances, and I told you I would give you a bit of a hint about how to plan your finances if you're about to build a van. But for that, I need a relaxed accountant. So let's bring one here. Whoa, look, I have an accountant. But I would need a relaxed accountant. Oh, here's a relaxed accountant. Mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, this is Michael.
I'm an accountant, certified professional accountant,
Holy
CPA.
Wow.
So since 10 years now.
Michael, I would like you to answer the one and only question people have about van life projects. Is it a good idea to sell the house, build a van, and leave on the road?
It depends. You need a plan.
Yeah?
Yes.
Are you gonna give us your little tricks to plan this?
Well, I'll give my accountant advice and my personal advice as a van owner. So we'll see different steps and what are the things you can do to plan your budget accordingly.
And stay until the end because Michael has a little trick to make money with your van, and I didn't even know it was possible. Are you ready, Michael?
On le fait. Well, everyone will want the big Sprinter van, 4x4 and everything, but it depends on the budget you got.
Yeah.
You have a 20K budget, or you have unlimited budget and you're retired and you have $200,000 to put in a van.
Let's imagine, you know, people like us with a bit of money, starting a career. Let's say someone in his 20s.
Well, first thing when you go out of school and you start to work, it's not to buy a van, in my opinion, of accountant.
No?
You should buy some assets that will give you the opportunity to buy a van in the future. But let's start small. Let's say you have a van in your site which would go like for $10,000 or $15,000.
Okay, a used van.
And you aim for that budget and you see, depending on your work, what you have ahead, what you have already saved, and you can shop online. And currently the market is pretty high, but we'll see. Otherwise, on the new market, you have to plan about 60,000, and it's pretty much...
Yeah, so for a new car go on the market right now, you would have to plan around 60-ish thousand for a ProMaster. Even the used cars, the used trucks right now, the 2019s are the same price as the 2022s because there's no vehicles available. So your advice would be patience, buy assets if you're starting your life.
As early in life that you will put money and save money and put it maybe on in a condo or a duplex, you will have some assets that will gain value and will give you the chance to buy a van, which is not the best financial option, but if you want to live the van life or to have a van, it's an opportunity at this moment and it's a chance to live some life on the road.
Once you have your vehicle, do you have a problem saying vehicle? You, because I have a problem saying
vehicle.
It's a hard word, eh?
Sorry, vehicle.
The next step is starting to invest in your conversion material. This is the tricky part because you could invest very little or very much in your conversion. What was your experience with your van and what would you suggest people doing at that stage of their project?
You can cheap out and go for very low budget, but in my case I wanted some luxury without going all out. So I was about 10 grand for a conversion.
Okay, that's cool, yeah.
The electricity, plumbing and everything. At 10K I was able to do a conversion that was pretty nice and suitable to my needs. And you can go all out and go like 25,000, like nice van like Vanessa. Plan ahead. What are your needs? What do you need as batteries, solar, your bed? You need only one, you need two. Do you need space for your bikes?
What he says is very important. You have to make sure that you know what you need and not what you want. On Instagram, you will see all those brands pushing the latest version of every model possible. Heaters, pumps, you know, water tanks and stuff. You don't need the latest equipment. Would you have advice on making sure the prices of the components remain as low as possible?
Yeah, well, when you're not in a rush, when you know that you have a van project and you'd say like in a year I want to move into a van or build a van, well, if you need only to buy it in a year, you have the time to shop the deals. So there's the Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
All the promo codes and stuff.
Yeah, the VanLife Sagas
Yes.
promo code. So they will go on at some point in the year. So when they pop up, well, you can save 5, 10, let's say 20%. And when you talk about 10 grand or 25 grand, well, it can make a big difference in the end.
Yeah, you could probably save like 2 or 3 grand, right?
Sure.
So there you go. Materials. Don't go crazy, or try to identify what you need, not necessarily what you want, and shop the deals. If you're capable of building the van yourself as much as possible, please do, because hiring someone to build your van will cost you some money. For example, my father does not touch anything under $20,000.
Well, that's a lot of hours and
that's
a
lot of hours for Sylvain to touch a van, and I know builders in the United States, it goes up to 30, 40, like the hours you need to build a van is humongous, and if you can save on those hours, we strongly recommend you do.
If you calculate the interest that will be added on your car loan for a brand new car, plus the interest that will be added if you borrow all the money for the materials and the labor, you will have a basic build that will cost you around $30,000, a luxury build like ours that is around $120,000, and a luxury DIY build that will be hovering around $95,000.
What does it cost, or what are the differences of the cost on the road compared to a cost in a house?
Someone that lives in a house will need a car, so he will need insurance.
Okay.
He will need licenses. The thing that could change is the gas. Well, if you have a compact car, it will maybe like 8 liters per 100 kilometers.
Yeah.
If you own a van, a high roof van,
it's a 16 liters.
Yeah, 16, 18, 20 maybe sometimes. So you have to plan how much traveling you will do in your year, and at 150 a liter, it can go up fast. So that's a major expense to plan in your plan to van life at full time.
You and I are going to calculate gas together. It was around 150 per liter, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 10,000 kilometers.
Times 16 liters per 100 kilometers?
Yeah.
1,600 liters that you had to put in the van.
Yeah.
At which price?
150.
150. So 2,400.
2,400 in gas only in a month and a half.
And one oil change?
Yeah, one oil change. Yeah, it was 130, I think.
Whoa! You went to the dealer?
I went to the United States. The extra insurance was around 135, and then we add all the food. It was around 400 for the whole thing, and all the fun and parties and restaurants and stuff like that. I'd say around 200-ish. Yeah. So 3,365 for 6 weeks in the van.
The place that you save is the lodging.
Yeah.
How much it would have been in hotels or hotel rooms or campsites if you didn't have the van.
Okay, let's calculate.
Let's say an hotel room.
Let's say an hotel room is around 135.
Yeah.
42 days. That's $5,670 just for accommodation.
And you need plane ticket.
Yeah,
you need to rent a car. You need the food.
So for the same trip, it would have cost me double to go by plane, in hotel rooms, and etc. So it's still an affordable way to travel.
Exactly.
Okay.
Also, some people will boondock, but some people maybe need some showers in a year. So you have to plan your showers, a gym subscription, or anything like that. And maybe some camping sometime, because some big cities won't allow some boondocking.
It happened in the past.
So if you don't want to pay some fines.
Okay, so basically living on the road, you don't have the house to pay, you have 3 times the gas, the food is basically the same.
I guess, yeah.
Car insurance is basically the same, depending on if you need international stuff or not.
It'll depend on the value. The van maybe will cost a bit more since it is evaluated at a higher rate. But pretty much gas, I think that will break the bank.
Breakdowns, right? You talked about breakdowns.
Well, it will cost a lot if your transmission fails or your engine blows. Do you have that kind of money, or you only have enough to
live,
to drive the van to point A and point B and hope for the best?
Okay, so even on the road, I need a cushion. I need some money aside, ready to pay for everything.
Yeah. Well, what happens in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from now, when your van is not as new and you need to put some major investments on it, or even worse, if the van needs a replacement, you need a new van.
Oh, so
Save
you have
enough
to
money
start
for
over
it.
again. Oh my god. Okay, yeah.
And
It's kind of risky. Isn't
also,
it?
if we take the example of someone in the 20s, 25, 30, do you plan on having a family? Most of the vans we talked about, they come as a two-seater. So if you need 4 seats, you can't do it your way. You need to do it a legal way, and it costs like 3, 4, 5 grand to have 2 additional seats.
Yeah, so it can be a long-term thing, but it needs a shit ton of planning.
Well, at which point do you need to stay with that van, or you need a new one? It might be the best to just sell your actual van and buy a new one.
Yeah.
So
okay.
a lot of things to plan that you don't see on Instagram.
I listed all the fees for a condo life here in the suburbs of Ottawa, Canada, and those fees hover around $2,600 for a 30 days of comfortable living. Now, I also listed the fees of a normal/boring travel where we do not move a lot over 30 days, and those fees hover around $1,300. However, please note that the amount in red are most likely to go way up if you travel more, if you have problems with your car, or if something bad happens to you. So you pay less on the road, but you are more exposed to bad financial surprises.
Well, the best choice you can make as early in life as you can is to buy some assets, and hopefully ones that will generate revenue.
Okay. So like real estate.
Houses, they retain their value, and much more, they gain a lot of value over time. And in 5 years, refinance your house, your asset, and with that money, you can buy your dream van. While you're at it and you're at your apartment or at your parents' house or your friend's house, the van is in the parking lot and it's not useful to anybody. So why won't you rent your van?
So you're saying while I do the stack and go, when I'm stacking, I'm renting the van.
You can double stack.
So I'm double stacking.
Yeah.
It's like adding yellow stripes to the stacking mechanism.
Exactly. So
What's funny? So how much money do you make with your van a year?
a van like mine, 150 a day. A van like yours, 200,
yeah.
220 a day.
Crazy. Wow, okay, I never thought of doing that. Okay, do you have other tricks and tips?
By planning ahead, reading a lot, doing the most you can yourself. You need to learn it, but you will save a lot. And once you're living it and it breaks, you will know how to fix it. So that will save a lot of money also on the road.
Other tricks before you leave? No, I'm at your place. I'm gonna leave. Sorry.
So if you want to live the trips of your dreams and to live on the road, well, you need to plan ahead and have a solid plan so you're not stuck with zero money ahead in 5-10 years.
This is the hardest part. Honestly, guys, we all know van life projects are amazingly fun. You can travel all around the country, North America, etc. You can see beautiful landscapes, meet beautiful people. However, if you sell everything to move in a van and to invest everything you have in something that depreciates with time. Once the road trip is done, or once the project is done, you're just going to end up with nothing in your pockets, because your van at one point will not be valued that much after 10 years or 15 years of use.
And then you're stuck, you don't have any assets, so you keep on struggling, paying rent month after month. Best thing is to plan accordingly, find something that you love that will suit your lifestyle that you aim for. If you can work on the road, if you do a business around it, if you rent it, you can have the van, rent it, and being at a low cost in the final.
Yeah, and your van could be free in the end, right?
So you will need another van soon, like you did, like I will do soon. You want to upgrade et parler jusqu'à la fin. Quand on a 10 minutes, on n'a plus de temps.
So see you later, guys. That was Michael, the Van Life Accountant. If you have questions for Michael,
I'll do an exception.
Michael will be answering the comments in the comment section on Sunday morning.
It's a pleasure.
Yes, I prefer that shirt than the one you had before.
Oh, thanks.
French Canadian lesson number 19. Être gratteux. To be a penny pincher. If you put this into Google Translate, it would tell you it means to be scratchy. But what the hell does that mean? Nothing. So for example, when you are buying marshmallows for a bonfire and you ask your friends to pay for the ones that they take, people will tell you, "T'es donc ben gratteux. You are so scratchy." But in fact, what they mean is, you are such a penny pincher. A penny pincher.